Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. We're going to do our daily technical analysis of gold and silver. Look at the charts, see what's going on. Dollar, 10-year, the metals, ETFs, and then the individual companies is the order we're going in. Again, this is just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. And let's jump into this. So this is gold and silver. Doing some tech analysis. We're going to start with the dollar and gold. And I just use this chart to look at the daily progress and to see a little bit of what's going on. And you could see that the dollar was starting to increase in strength, and then the gold price sold off a little bit. Up a little bit in the dollar, down some in gold. So looking at the dollar, a little bit bigger, longer term view. I mean, it's not very long, it's about a year. We got this little pattern developing where we're squeezing up into an ascending wedge pattern where we could break to the downside eventually. We're still in the pattern. We still have some time, I think, to make the tip, and then we'll see what happens. And we want a declining dollar for gold. Here's the 10-year yield. We broke this resistance line. We've been just stair-stepping higher. I think this is going to continue over time, so look for a continuation move to the upside. And here's gold. This is the continuous contract of gold. You could say that this is a shoulder, head, shoulder, is what some people are saying. Usually when you see this, you come down and create a shoulder, and then you have a head and then a shoulder, but it could be. But either way, we have the downtrend line here. We're sitting right on top of it. We want to break up higher, not lower. Looking at silver, we broke its downtrend. Everything looks okay. We may have a little bit of a pullback in the short term with this nice big bearish engulfing. Maybe we'll come back and retest. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And platinum, I mean, we did sell off today. We do have a wick at the bottom, kind of a mixed signal here. But usually this ends up a little bit lower. So sideways to lower is what I'm looking for in the short term. Looking at copper, kind of just drew this in. This could be a cup and handle pattern developing if we can gather some mustard up to come on back up. So that could be a cup and handle continuation pattern to the upside. Eventually, with GDX, got the downtrend line. It broke to the upside. I do suspect that this could come a little bit lower. It's been very resilient. Doesn't look like there's a lot of sellers selling this off. So it does look pretty strong. In SILJ, you throw the trend line in. It's the same thing with SILJ. Broke the downtrend line. It's been very resilient on this. No sell-offs really. Even if gold and silver sell off, it doesn't really sell off. So we'll see what happens. EXK has just been trading basically up and down days, with the down days very small. Buyers are in control. Looks good. Same with Hecla Mining. Nothing different there. Looking at Franco-Nevada, again, the sellers aren't whopping this thing lower, so we had a sell-off today in gold and silver, and Franco-Nevada and a lot of these companies, they're not selling off. So I mean, just by looking at this, it makes me think that we want to go higher. The mining companies, at least. That's the interpretation I get. And same with Newmont. It wants to go higher. The sellers aren't pushing this thing lower. So therefore, it's open for the buyers to push it higher. Same with Discovery Silver. We've got the down, and all their downtrend lines are broken on all these companies. I mean, it's broken. The sellers aren't whopping it down. So therefore, it's probably going to go higher, sideways to higher. Koda Silver's got a little bit of sell-off today. A little bit. It could go a little bit lower, but overall, looking at the trend, I would bet on it resolving itself higher over time. So we could pull back and do a retest before moving on up. Maybe. So that doesn't happen all the time like that. Metallic Minerals looks like it's doing exactly that, basically doing a retest, and then we'll probably see it move on higher. There's your trend line that you broke out of, and then they usually come back, and then they head on higher afterwards. Royal Gold, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. This could head lower by looking at the pattern in here and what the candlesticks are doing. The opening and closing price engulfs the day before it. It's a reversal candlestick pattern. This one has it too. We've got 2 of them in a row. More than likely, we're seeing lots of down days over here. Probably head a little bit lower. There's a lot of support underneath here, though, so I don't think it'll go very far. Well, Cisco Gold's been moving on up. It broke its downtrend line. You could throw that in there. I'm just kind of checking out some of these to see what they're doing. Looks like that. And not many sellers over here. It's not like they're getting sold off, so I think it looks just fine. I don't see any problems with it. So there we go. That is the gold and silver area. I think everything still looks okay to me. Nothing looks broken. Nothing looks like we're putting any reversal candlestick. I mean, a couple do. So we might see a pullback, do kind of like a retest, and then we're going to try to surge higher again. Hopefully that's the case. And I say hopefully because no one knows the future. What we're looking at is we're just looking at the footprint that buyers and sellers are leaving, and then trying to kind of speculate on what's going to happen going forward. By looking at these, downtrend lines are broken. We could pull back a little bit to do, quote, a retest. A retest is when you break out, and then you come back and retest the breakout, and then head higher. So that's kind of what it looks like it's doing. If you guys like this comment or this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.